Dear friends, in this session, we are going to discuss on the steps involved in setting up a business enterprises. The procedure in setting up a business unit is a time-consuming, complex, and complicated activities. It involves various steps, procedures, and formalities. The following steps are involved in process of setting up a new business enterprise, such as identification of business opportunities, scanning of the business environment, evaluation of alternatives, selection based on personal competency. Let's begin with identification of a business opportunity. An entrepreneur should be the opportunity seeker, and his most important task is to identify, discover, and select the best opportunity. A good opportunity must be capable of converting into a feasible project which an affordable risk and have a great returns. An entrepreneur may come across multiple opportunities, but he has to select the most promising and possible opportunity because the success of enterprise depends on the proper identification and selection of the project. Project identification is the foremost step for starting a new business, but is one of the most difficult tasks. Therefore, project identification is the process of selecting the few possible projects out of the several opportunities available. Let's understand the process of business opportunity identification in detail. There are few steps to be followed while identifying a business opportunity. First foremost step is idea generation. This is the first and most important stage in project identification. It is an intellectual process that requires vision, initiative, scheme, and inquisitiveness. The project idea can come out from one or more following sources: trade fairs and trade journals, through experience of others in the following particular business, success stories of friends, relatives, and the survey reports, newspapers, periodicals, etc., which you have gone through. Idea can be generated with the help of following methods, that are brainstorming, focus groups, and problem inventory analysis. To begin with the brainstorming, this is an innovative thinking technique. This technique was originally used by Alex Osborne in 1938 in an American company to persuade innovative thinking. In a group of 6 to 8 people, through this method, a large number of ideas are generated without any criticism. In this method, people are encouraged to produce as many ideas they can generate without any criticism and evaluation. It works on the principle of no criticism and quantity rises quality. Focus groups. This group consists of 6 to 12 members, belong to different social economic backgrounds to focus on the particular matter. The group has a moderator to have the detailed discussion. Ideas are generated and detailed discussions are carried on to identify the excellent ideas. Problem inventory analysis. This method is more like a focus group method. But in this method, along with generating ideas, it also considers the problem a product face. In this method, focus group is provided with the list of problems in a general product category and then identifying and discussing the problem of the products in that category. Idea generation phase helps in opportunity scanning and opportunity identification, and thus helps in identifying an idea and finally converting it into an opportunity. At the idea stage, there is just an idea or what to do, but an opportunity stage, entrepreneur actually converts his idea into an opportunity by gaining insight into what actually to do. For example, Arjun and Raman are friends. Raman is working in a company and Arjun is still searching for a job. Raman suggested the Arjun to start a business. This is called an idea. Later on, after analyzing the various businesses, when Arjun has decided to go to start a transport business, then it is an opportunity. Therefore, this phase helps in identifying the opportunity. Most of you may also be planning to start with your business. you want to be an entrepreneur. To be an entrepreneur, you may have some plans. Those plans are opportunities for you to be an entrepreneur. Next step is the choosing the right line of business. Once the idea is conceived, then prospective entrepreneur has to go through the detailed analysis to choose the right type of business and has to input his cost and time to examine the potentiality of his ideas. To analyze, he has to go through the study of environment of the product that could be internal environment or an external environment, have to look for the future prospects of demand of the product, also check for availability of technology, accessibility to technical know-how, accessibility to the market, availability of raw materials and skilled labors, and most importantly, the customers and the legal aspects associated with the business. For analyzing the available business opportunity, following explorations can be done. The two of them has specified in this PPT. You can see environmental exploration and the present business exploration. Environmental exploration. This means the study of the environmental factors that has an impact on the business. This includes the study of the economic factors like GDP, national income, per capita income, social factors like demographic features, lifestyles, values, beliefs, etc. Technological factors, political factors, legal factors, all these factors we need to consider while choosing the right line of the business. Next, the present business exploration. This exploration is related to the present scenario of the business, like the consumption pattern, the demand pattern, income pattern, and the situation going on in an economy is also one of the present business exploration. Assume that you have a business idea which you want to implement, but is it right to implement the idea without evaluating it properly? Does it help you reaching your objectives? No, right? That is not a way. Before implementing your business idea and starting it, you have to evaluate the potentiality of it. You evaluate the various aspects of business. Later, if it is feasible, then only you have to go for it. Next step is selection of opportunity. As soon as the project identification is ends, project selection starts. In the project identification phase, an entrepreneur may have identified different opportunities which he considers good for him. In this phase, he or she has to select the best opportunity out of the identified ones, which is most promising and most profitable under the given conditions. Project selection refers to the balanced choice of a project where the cost ratio is low and profits are more. This is the most important phase as the whole project depends on this phase only. The prospective entrepreneur should conduct the SWOT analysis to select the best opportunity. He or she should analyze the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities that are competitive advantages, and the threats that are challenges offered by each of the idea. On the basis of this analysis, the most suitable project opportunity is selected. The prospective entrepreneur should select the best opportunity with the help of following criteria which are given below, that are investment size, location, technology, equipment, marketing, selection of the product, etc. Investment size means the cost of the project. In terms of investment, an entrepreneur should choose between the small scale, medium scale, and the large scale business on the basis of funds he can raise from the various sources of amount he is investing. Entrepreneur should choose the project which suits best of his investment. Location. The location of the project should be such that which provides advantages to a business entrepreneur. It should be such that it is nearer to the market, transport facilities available, and also has some facilities of Industrial Development Corporation and other agencies. The proposed location should have variety of skilled and cheap human resources, because without the human resources, the whole business goes lost. So technology. Entrepreneurs should give due consideration to the technology required for the project. He or she should select the project which requires verified and easily available technology. Equipment. An entrepreneur should choose the best equipment for the project and should take the advice of the experienced consultant. The cost and quality of the equipment should be within the budget. Marketing. An entrepreneur should choose the project which has wide scope to enter into the market and can help in making good market share and profit. He should not go for the projects which are having cutthroat competition and difficult to enter at the as a beginner. A selection of the product. An entrepreneur should select the product which he or she thinks will earn profits, which gives him a proper return on his investment. He should take into account the government policies, present market size, demand, etc. To summarize, an entrepreneur should give proper time and effort to identify and select the opportunity. Project identification and selection is half done in establishing enterprises. Most enterprises fails because of choosing the non-suitable opportunity or do not give due importance to the project identification and selection. Project identification involves sources and methods of idea generation, and project selection includes analysis of identified projects with the help of SWOT analysis. Therefore, most suitable opportunity is selected to set up a new venture. Next is scanning of the environment. The second step of starting off a business is scanning of an environment. Environment scanning involves studying and interpreting the sweep of social, political, economic, ecological, and technological events in an effort to spot budding trends and conditions that could become driving forces. Environmental scanning involves the scanning of an internal and an external environments. Here you can see an image showing up the different internal and external environments. Internal environment is anything which is uncontrollable in nature. External environment is anything which is uncontrollable in nature. Environmental forces like internal environment and external environment. Here you can see the factors in an internal environment. Internal environmental factors such as production policies, financial policy, marketing policy, human resource policy, which can be changed without external interference, which otherwise can be called as controllable areas. Here you can see in a diagram what are the internal environmental factors, such as value system, vision, mission, and objectives, organizational structure, corporate culture, human resource, physical resources, and technological capabilities are said to be the internal environmental factors which is in the hands of the business which can be controlled. Next, external environment. Here, by seeing this diagram, you can find out that there are different external environments which are uncontrollable in nature. A business has no control over it. We call it as pestle analysis also. Some of them are like political environment, environmental factors, social environment, technological environment, economic conditions, and legal or regulatory conditions. All these are like something happening out of the business which is directly or indirectly affecting our business operations, and the business doesn't have any control on it, and the business have to adjust with all this environment, take actions to avoid this kind influence of these environmental factors. So next, what are the need and importance for environmental scanning? It helps in identifying opportunities and making first mover advantage. You might have heard or studied in your previous classes or in other subjects the SWOT analysis. And SWOT analysis means analysis of strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats that could be of an individual, person, or of an organization. Here, when you are scanning the environment of a business, it helps you understand the strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats of your business. That's why the first point says that it helps in identifying the opportunities and making first mover advantage. The environment provides numerous opportunities, and it is necessary to identify the opportunities to improve the performance of a business. Early identification gives an opportunity to an enterprise be the first to identify opportunity instead of losing them to competitors. Example, Airtel identified the need for fast internet and took first mover advantage by providing 4G speed to its user, followed by Vodafone and Idea. Asian Paints lost market share to Nerolac because it failed to match its technology. So this is most important to identify the opportunities available in a market. Next, it helps the firm identify the threats and early warning signals. Threats are nothing but the challenges which the firm or your organization which has to face. The business environment helps in understanding the threats which are likely to happen in the future. Environmental awareness can help managers identify various threats on time and serve as an early warning signal. For example, Patanjali products, you might have heard it. Patanjali products have become a warning signal to the rest of the FMCG because nowadays we as a consumers prefer Ayurvedic products. We think that Ayurveda is belongs to our country and that gives us a good quality of product without any chemicals. So Patanjali products become a warning signal to the rest of the FMCG, the sector to develop similar products. Similarly, if an Indian firm finds that a foreign multinational is entering the Indian market with new substitutes, it's need to prepare accordingly. Chinese mobile phones have become a threat for Indian mobile phone manufacturers. In the same way, Japanese and German technology has become a threat and challenging aspects for our Indian technical um, aspects. So next is it helps in tapping useful resources. Business and industry avail the resources such as inputs from the environment and convert them into usable products, that is outputs, and provide to the society, right? The environment provides various inputs like finance, machines, raw materials, power, water, labor, etc. The business enterprise provides various outputs such as goods and services to the consumers, payment of taxes to the government, to investors, and so on. Example, with the demand for the latest technology, manufacturers will tap the resources from the environment to manufacture LED TVs and smart TVs rather than collecting resources for color or black and white TVs. Next one is it helps in coping with rapid changes. Changes is always continuous. We have to keep changing ourselves, our businesses, so that we can sustain in a market. The business environment is changing very rapidly and the industry is getting affected by changing market conditions. Turbulent market environment, less brand loyalty, divisions of markets, changes in the fashions, more demanding customers, and global competitions are some of the examples of changing the business environment. For example, Jack Ma started Alibaba as he could see the potential of interest in e-commerce. Like that, we do have some e-commerce websites in our India also, like Amazon, Flipkart, Basket, etc. The next one is that it helps in assisting in planning and policy formulation. The business environment brings both threats and opportunity to a business. Awareness of business environment helps in deciding future planning or decision making. Example, multiple entries of Chinese phones like Vivo, Xiaomi, Oppo, etc. have posed a threat to a local players like Micromax, Carbon, Lava, etc. to think afresh how to deal with this situation. It helps in improving the performance. Environmental studies reveal that the success of any enterprise is closely bound with the changes in the environment. The enterprise which monitor and adopt suitable business practices not only improve their performance but become leaders in the industry also. Example, Apple has been successful in maintaining its market share due to its proper understanding of the environment and making suitable innovations in its products. In this session, we have discussed the first two stages of starting off a business venture. The remaining two stages will be discussed in the next session. Thank you.